everybody. This is Tom with Charlees Props, and I'm here to talk about some of our props, but I'm going to specifically focus in on our flake arch. Now, if you haven't seen this before, what I'm going to show you is this flake arch is designed to be a standard arch, but if you look a little bit closer, this is our 50 pixel small snowflake. And if you look a little closer, you can see that there's one here, here, and so on across. So this is a flake arch with 5 50 pixel snowflakes, and it can act as a typical arch, or it can act as 5 different snowflakes. And one thing I want to focus on is that Charlees Props, part of what we try to do is make sequencing as easy as possible with our props here. Let's close that up. Let's make this kind of stand out. All right, so we're outputting the lights. And what I'm going to show you here is only using the single strand. Now for this flake arch, because there's 5 different flakes, if you look here, this is what the submodels look like for this one flake arch, all the way down to here. So we're looking basically north of 25 or so submodels. And all of these submodels are meant to be really, really easy to use. So if we just take a single strand and drop it onto the arch itself, and this is left to right, if we do a bounce from left and one chase, you can see here it looks pretty much like a pretty typical. You can do default as well. So just making very minor changes have an effect on how this looks. Now we're outputting the lights, by the way, from X-Lights, so it might be a little bit delayed between what we're doing here in X-Lights and what we're seeing in real time. All right, so again, just going to grab the single strand and let's just throw it on this spinner here. And this is under default. And what's fun about this, because this is set up where you can apply these to the 5 different snowflakes separately, just simply changing how it bounces. Now they're opposite. Again, this is pretty fun, simple stuff. You can copy and paste, and then let's get rid of this extra outline here that's wrong. But now, here we go. Just a real quick, this exact same single strand that was here. It's a completely different effect on this. And by the way, this is just a generic sequence with 5-second blocks that I've added in here. Now, if we want to add a bars, just to see what it looks like to the outline. And for the record, I haven't planned any of this, so I don't exactly know what these are going to do here. And I'm going to do per preview again. It changes. Maybe bars effect isn't the most exciting on this one. Let's try single strand again. Single strand is always good. So we can add another chase thing here and increase the cycles. So let's just say 4. Let's say it's beat the song of some sort. So this is on the outline itself. Again, just copy and paste. And there we go. Real quick, real simple, and you can still, if you wanted to, of course, apply an effect over the whole thing. And let's do this as a bounce from left. It's going to go a little nuts, but so now you've got the effect applying to 5 different snowflakes while also acting as a generic arch here. And because again, it's 5 snowflakes, 50 pixels each. You know, it's very similar to what you might find with a triple arch or with a big arch, where this one utilizes 250 pixels. But what's different about this is you get the arch and you get 5 snowflakes. So if you're bringing in and mapping a sequence that has, let's say, 10 snowflakes and your house already has 5, well, having just one of these will actually bump the number of snowflakes that you have up by 5 again. So again, let's go take a look at, let's say, the diamond tip. Let's just change the colors here just to make it fun. And that's set to default. Let's see, chase length No, that's not doing a whole lot. Let's see, per preview, it's pretty typical. And then single line, that gets a little fun. Let's do left to right in 2 chases. So we can do this, and again, the same thing that I did on the spinner, just paste it, and then change the direction. And now you've got a whole bunch of madness. I'm going to copy these 2 for simplicity, because this is one's left to right, the other's right to left. Just going to paste those, and then I'll delete the extra one, because that's going to be a little crazy. And so here we go. Again, just a very simple single strand, and it's got quite an interesting effect here. But it didn't take much of any kind of effort to make this. And again, if we had beats, let's say that this has 4 cycles, and let's say you've got 4 beats during this time period, or something that works with 4 beats within this time period, and this is what it would look like. And it would actually be moving to the music. As chaotic as it looks, it would actually be going to the music. Now, I think rings is the one I really like myself. And that single line, let's see what default does, and that's because that's 2 chases. This may not be the one I was thinking of. Single line. There. That's pretty fun. So if we increase the, kind of explodes out a little bit, and again, real simple. You can change it left to right, right to left. Same thing. And it gives a real fun effect. I'm going to change the next. All right, there we go. And I'm going to go back to rings just because I like it. And I'm going to put the shock effect, because the shock effect is pretty fun. And I'm going to do this one per preview. Let's see if we can get this to look pretty good here. It's a little jerky, but let's see here. Let's see if we can do this instead on just a flake here. It's pretty fun. So again, oh, there we go. And so there we go. So now we've got a real fun take here. And again, if we just take this simple effect here, that's now you've got a shock wave going across and back and forth. So you can stack these effects the same way that you can do it on other objects. This is set up to have a significant number of different submodels. And for the record, if you have our 50 pixel snowflake, just the snowflake itself, it has all of these. Obviously, there's only one for each of them, but it also has those as well. But if you add, 2 of these or 4 of these, it will need up quite a bit of pixels if you have 4, being 1,000. But now you've got 20 snowflakes to play with, and a significant amount of submodels that really, really simple effects look good. And of course, other effects that have had quite a bit more time put into them will, of course, look good on them. This is just meant so that for simple sequencing, things like single strand where the order of the pixels matter, that's one of the things that we really try to focus on. So I hope this video has been fun and interesting. I hope you consider taking a look at the Snowflake Arch, and I hope to see it in your shows. Have a good one.